Hello everyone, I am Sulfia and I am doing the internship on Android development and application, which is organized by the ATU's office under the guidance of Professor Vidya HM. These are the contents that I am going to explain today. Next is the introduction. In introduction, Android is a software environment for mobile device that includes an operating system, malware, and the key application. And in almost all the smartphones uses Android application like Google Voice Action and recently iPhone CR application that enable the control of mobile phone using the voice, such as calling business and contacts, sending text and email, listening to music, browsing the web, and completing common tasks. And also, both Siri and voice action require an active connection to a network in order to process requests. And the most of Android phones can run on 4G network, which is faster than an 3G. Below, we can also discuss about the Android app that can be written using the Kotlin, Java, C++ language using the Android Software Development Kit, which is also called SDK. While using other languages also possible. All non-Java virtual machine languages such as Go, JavaScript, C++, or assembly need to help of JVM language code that may be supplied by the tools likely with the restricted API supports. Some of the program language and the tools allowed across the platform apps, that is third-party tools development environment, and the language support have also continued to evolve and expand since the initial SDK was released in 2018. And next is the Ar- Android architecture. Android architecture system which is divided into 5 layers. The application layer of Android OS is visible to end user and it consists of user application. In application layer, it includes the basic application which is common with the operating system and the application which use subsequently tasks. In all the application, we have written Java programming language. And next is the application framework. Framework is extensive set of software components used by the all application in operating system. And the next is the libraries. In libraries, the next layer was the which written in C, C++ programming and language, and OS acts as the real framework network. And next is the Android runtime in which contains Delvic virtual machine form the main part of the executive system environment. And it also consists of a virtual machine, which is also used to start the core libraries written in Java and the construction of application activity intent services and the content providers. And next is the Linux kernel, which can also be intended in a message which is used to run all the activities, servers, and the multicast. And intended can contain the name of the components you need to learn, and action which is necessary to execute the address of stored data which is need to run on the components. A content provider messages are shared set of application data, and the data can be stored in a file system like SQL lib database on the web or any other persistent storage location which application can be accessed. Next is the company overview. In company, if we talk about ATU software, which is an Android developer that has been activated since 2015. The current app profile contains 6 apps and especially popular app All Tools, which is one of the more popular app in Google Play Store, which with overall 1 crore installers. The company offers complete professional, high-performing software solution and the information system for small to medium-sized companies and customer service for the larger organization. KTU software solution provides the scalability, flexibility to make the today's business challenges while empowerment empathize for even greater success tomorrow. No matter how complex our client business problems. It may be our goal is always simplicity and it delivers the best service to our clients. Basic concepts. In basic concept, it consists of activity, intent, view, and resources. In an activity is a single standard model of the application functionality, and also in intent, which is mechanism by which one activity is able to launch another and implement the flow through the activities that make up an application. Next is the view, in which user interface such as button, checkbox, and radio box, and so on. There are the subclass of the Android view class, and view is also called the widget or any components. Source. Next is the source, which contains such as string, images, fonts, and colors that appears in the user interface together with XML representation of the user interface layout. And next is the system architecture and implementation. In system architecture, we are going to discuss about Morse code converter that we are going to use in our project. Morse code is a online translator tools which allow you to convert the plain text into a English as well as Morse code back to the plain English. To carry out this text to Morse code, simply we type our message in the left pane and you will see that it is automatically getting converted with a range of symbols form of dot and dash. And also we can in this way it is very useful mechanism for the sending across the across messages when the single condition doesn't work or the voice is not useful means of a message. Next, this is the figure of Morse code translator. Morse code is a useful Morse code is a telecommunication to encode the text character as a standardized sequence of different single durations called dot and dashes. You can see this contains alphabets from A to Z and numerical characters and numbers, which consist of dot and dash, which will be separated by the space. Morse code is useful in many fields such as radio navigation, amateur radio, worship, and a single lamp included in a submarine periscopes and so on. Besides, Morse code has been employed as an assistive technology, helping people with the different native languages, people with a verified of disabilities to communicate. Next is the creating app icon. Our project is used the app icon as my application one. This icon represents your app on a device which is home and all the apps screens. Image Asset Studio helps to generate our own app icon. We can generate the following icons. We can also generate the different type of icons like launcher icons, action bar, and the tab icon and the notification icon. This is the icon that we are using in our project. And next is the configuration image assets. By using this, these are the different icons. By using this, we can use in our app to create app by using app type name, layer name, and the path. By giving this, as soon as you finish next, you can see the app will be created by using this result. In which, as soon as you enter into our application, you can see this screen, this type of screen, which consists of two buttons to alpha and to mask and one text field. Here you can convert from alpha to the mask code and a mask to the alpha. By giving this example as, if you want, you can give the mask code and also you can give the alpha. This mask code, if you want to convert this mask code into an alphabet, you can press this button to alpha. As soon as you press, you get the result as yes or yes. And also, if you give this SOS as a text box, and if you want to convert it into the mask code, you need to press mask code. As soon as you press this convert into a mask code, you will get the result in the form of mask code. This is how mask code converter converted into a text and via voice versa. Advantage and disadvantages. Advantages of the mask code is that which is easy to send and cheap Cheap means use of the mass code is a cheaper way to send the information over the long distance. And next is the no interference and the wireless. In wireless, lack of wires has made the application of mass code diverse since it silently send and receive at any disable speed. Next is the disadvantages. You have to learn all the Morse code, like from alphabets, numerical characters, and numbers, in which you have to learn everything, which is more difficult. And next is the time consuming. Sending and decoding of the Morse code is time consuming, and it is the reason of many people put it off. And when the transmission of the information is at high speed. And next is the beam of light can be interrupted. The mascot is easy to interrupt and it is no longer a reliable option compared to the recent technological inventions. And next is the conclusion. In conclusion, you can see the mascot translator successfully outputs all the alphanumeric characters, and it has also made immense impact on the America and the world with his inventions like telegraph and the mascot. And it will be quite apart from his many artist endeavors and his scientific contribution to our society, change the way we communicate with each other around the world. Next is the references. These are the references that I have referred. Thank you.